Lesson 11. Multiple streams of happiness. A good financial portfolio has multiple streams of income, and a well-balanced life has multiple streams of happiness. Happiness is the antidote to chaos. Happiness is to emotional well-being what exercise is to physical health. You should always schedule time for family, hobbies, volunteering, and other personal interests. When your self-worth is superglued to a single phase of your life, you risk losing every ounce of joy if something unexpected, like a job loss, occurs. Deposit your past successes, future hopes, and present opportunities to help others into your happiness account, and you'll never be spiritually bankrupt. Pursue your passions. An essential fundamental for balanced living is to remember your passions, those things you loved to do before you got so busy with your life of details. Do you enjoy making melodious music? Dig that clarinet out of the attic and take lessons. Love dancing? Move the furniture in the family room, turn up the volume, and dance like the stars every Friday night from 7 until 8. Have your kid flip the lights on and off and pretend you're at a disco. Consider taking a class. Yeah, I know. You don't want to go back to school. But this isn't a long-term commitment. It's a single class, not a full schedule. It's a class you choose on a subject you like on a day or night that fits your schedule. It's a chance to meet new people, stimulate dormant areas of your amazing mind. Commit to your favorite activity by placing it on your calendar in all caps so it pops up every time you consult your schedule. You do put important things in your schedule, don't you? Well, your sanity is important. Don't let anything interfere with your plans. I challenge you to spend 6 measly hours a week on mental fitness. That's 1.8% of 30 days or 6 episodes of Scandal. And if you're passionate about television, you may need to spend some non-HD TV time with your partner. Whatever happened to date night anyway? Why should anything or anyone else be more important than the person who brings you juice when you're sick? On the other hand, those family matters, especially children, seem to be our favorite excuse for why we don't properly feed our souls. It is hard to find the neutral ground between giving too much to them and taking too much from ourselves. Warning, I am not suggesting pursuing your personal interest to the exclusion of your family. Rather, do it for the benefit of yourself and your family. It should be acceptable for you to spend 1.8% of your time at a play or a rock climbing venue of your choosing. When you reach 25, 30, or 40%, be prepared to hear some legitimate, vehement complaints unless you're being paid to do it, in which case it is a job, not a hobby. The Walkers. Avis and T.D. Walker, a perfect power couple consisting of 2 physicians with 2 young children and an elderly dog, wound up in marriage counseling because of tennis. Yes, tennis, like Venus and Serena at Wimbledon. This devoted mom and dad worked long hours every week, but after leaving corporate America, Avis clocked in on her second job, domestic goddess, and TD grabbed his gear and headed to the lighted tennis courts. He played several evenings a week and all day on Saturday. He attended church with the family on Sunday and did yard work on Sunday afternoon. Now, imagine what Avis was doing with 2 kids and a household to manage. This is a formula for disaster. Avis resented her lack of personal time, and TD felt he'd earned the right to unwind and get his exercise on because he worked hard. Years passed before TD came home one night, dumped his sweaty T-shirt in the laundry room for the washing fairy to handle, and poured himself a glass of juice. The house seemed more quiet than usual. He assumed the kids were sleeping, and his adoring wife must be in the master bedroom preparing for her true love's arrival. He was half right. The kids were asleep, but fed-up Avis was on a plane headed to San Diego. Why San Diego? She never explained that part. Whatever took her to San Diego kept her there 3 weeks. She sent no communication to TD except for a terse text in all lowercase letters with strange punctuation explaining, "I'm gone, I'm fine, might not come back." Aftermath. TD now helps around the house, plays tennis only twice a week, doubles with his wife and another couple, and the entire family spends Saturdays together. Still, one wonders what really happened in San Diego. When we neglect ourselves, the people around us also suffer. Your life, your welfare, your happiness should not be an afterthought. It should not be the last thing on your list, even if it is the last thing on everyone else's list. It should be a daily goal. Delegating responsibility to others is not selfishness. It is self-preservation. You are no good to anyone when you're exhausted and irritable. If we want our children, our younger sisters and brothers, and our friends to have balanced lives that include work, rest, and play, we need to role model balanced lives. We must stop trying to be all things for all people. One of my exes gave me a vacuum cleaner for a gift once because he thought I enjoyed cleaning the house. He said, "You always hum as you dust." Really? Please. I truly like having a clean house, but I am not particular about how it gets that way. Actually, I was humming, "I Will Always Love You." That was Whitney Houston's chart-topping song about leaving her man. Happiness is the antidote to chaos. Speaking of taking people for granted, I enjoyed the movie The Pursuit of Happiness, but I wondered why the main character suddenly became so industrious after his wife left. When she was working like one of Pharaoh's slaves, all he did was unsuccessfully sell medical equipment, despite the dire financial predicament of his family. He seemed very unsympathetic to her exhaustion, which stemmed from trying to support a family of 3 on minimum wage. After she left, he managed to take care of his son, go to class, and successfully sell medical equipment. Yes, he was homeless for a time, and he struggled to balance all the responsibility. But what might have happened if he'd worked that hard before she left? Anyway, you alone have the right to decide the direction of your life. If you cannot convince your partner to cooperate and coordinate, there's always San Diego.
We hope you enjoyed this podcast featuring best-selling author, Doctor of Dental Surgery, and motivational speaker, Monica Dr. Mo Anderson. Educational and entertaining, Dr. Mo Anderson has the right prescription for success. To learn more about Dr. Mo or have her speak to your corporate, civic, or student group, visit her online at drmoeanderson.com or on Twitter at drmoeanderson.